Hello and welcome to Ask Yourself This and today's quote in question. Today happens to be the 14th of July, 2018. It's Saturday, and we are doing another new thing with the look. So hopefully you like the look. We believe we found a look that will work out well. We're going to work on not having more cans in it, but this is actually a more natural thing for the setup to do until we figure out a nice little invisible microphone setup that works out much better. This is going to work, I think, the best that we had so far. So barring any weird distractions, we may just have to do the morning recording in front of a microphone, and maybe it looks even more professional other than the fact that I'm sitting in my couch, sitting in front of on my couch and not in the office area. Maybe we'll move it around so it goes there as well. Everything's a work in progress for us. We're glad you're joining us for this ride. It has been quite a ride since January the 1st of this year, relaunching this whole effort. And hopefully you're getting something out of it. We're growing in leaps and bounds, and day by day, it sometimes seems inch by inch, but sometimes it's what you take is inch by inch. We have talked about for quite some time the journals that we're doing for this. Ask Yourself This question is meant to be written down, meant to be reviewed at later dates. So we talked about journals. I finally have in my hand a couple of versions. This right here is the hard copy version, and this one right here is the spiral bound version. Now, I thought they were approximately the same size, and they're not. So this one's a little bit bigger than the other one, but they do serve the purpose they do. They are very nice. They can go along with you for anything you're doing. You can use them for not just journaling your Ask Yourself This topics, but for all your other work as well. So check it out. Go look for the link in the video, in the comments of the video, and you can find the links to grab these great journals or grab whatever you can to write on and keep up with. If you are a spiral bound notebook guy, grab as many of those as you can. It's back to school time, so you're probably going to get a bunch of them on sale. So get them right now so you have them in stock. I basically do, so I can use them for around the office type things. But back to the topic at hand. Before we get to the topic at hand, this is, of course, the Ask Yourself This, today's quote in question video. Every single day, we give you a video to go along with the quote in question. That gets released at 6:35 a.m. every single week, every single morning, actually. So you can have something to think about, ponder with, and it's early enough so you can see something, get your day started with. We also make it something that, as we said, we want you to write down and journal and review at later dates, because you'll see the difference that your life will make when you can see how you were way back whenever. So use one of these journals, use the phone app on your phone, or you can respond in any of the responses as you see it on social media, in the comments to this video, also at facebook.com/askyourselfthis, at twitter.com/askyourselfthi_, and at instagram.com/askyourselfthis_. You can comment there as well. We love those comments, and the comments that you do send us, comments that we do see, show that people are really engaged with the questions. They're great questions, and we're using them for another brand new tool that we have. We'll show you that at the end of the session. I need my tablet right now so I can actually see what's going on. So let's get into today's quote in question. It took a little long. We're going to work on that intro as well, but since it is still sort of a new thing for some people, it still takes a little bit of explanation. So today is the 14th of July. We survived the 13th, Friday the 13th. On this Saturday, we have a quote, a very good quote, very famous quote from E.B. White, the author of Charlotte's Web, of course. The quote we have is, "Anyone who writes down to children is simply wasting his time. You have to write up, not down." E.B. White, who strongly believed in the brains and the intelligence and the curiosity of children, who believe that if you're trying to write down a story, trying to bring it down to their level, you're going the wrong way. You need to tone it up so that they rise up to a greater level that maybe even you will be surprised at. And so the question is pretty direct from that, pretty simple. Who are you dumbing down to? And this is not who are you dumbing your information down for, so that they can appreciate it, they can accept it, they can get it. Who are you actually dumbing yourself down to? Who are you showing a false narrative? Who are you lying to? Who are you showing that you really aren't as smart, as clever, as talented, as good as you really are, because you think it'd be to your detriment for them to know or for them to see, or you think they would punish you because they do know and they can see. And if you made an outward attempt it would look very bad. Overachievers and people who are strivers, people who are dreaming, have issues with having to dumb things down often, dumbing themselves down often, dumbing down the messages they're putting out there often so that no one can really get the code that's going in there. It's also something that is done by people who are actually trying to achieve and get knowledge out. You wouldn't believe it, but a lot of the knowledge that we're trying to send out to former communist nations and various nations, places that are still oppressed by dictator-like leaders, are sort of coded. They're dumbed down messages of major, large issues and major, large ideas that you want to share with someone who may not be used to receiving all the data points that we normally have, but you don't want to overload them. And of course, you don't want to make it so obvious that the people that you're hiding it from can see that it's being hidden. It's things like using schoolyard code, talking every third word is the actual word in the code, and you say really long nonsensical sentences to work on things like that. It's telling stories inside of stories so that you get the message that's there. It's making songs, and that's something we as a human collective have done for thousands of years, making songs to learn and teach and carry on information from generation to generation. And of course, safety information, stuff like follow the drinking gourd. That's a song that the slaves sang as they were teaching people if they were going to run away, follow the drinking gourd, which was the Big Dipper, which pointed to the North Star. That's how you knew which way to travel, follow the drinking gourd. So while that's dumbing down in a sense, it's also dumbing down and adding bits and pieces to get the code hidden. That's not what we're asking today. So sorry for that tangent. What we're asking today is, who are you actually trying to play dumb for? Who are you dumbing yourself down to so that you don't seem like you're such as intelligent, such as good, such as a great person in your work, in your thoughts, and whatever? This may be one you might not want to share with us on the social media, but if you are up to it, or if you wanted to say straight up, I ain't dumbing myself down to nobody, I don't care what they think, I just keeps it real. That's you. Talk to us on social media. Answer the question in our Facebook, our Twitter, and Instagram feeds, or in the comment section for this video. You can find us at Ask Yourself This on Facebook. You can find us at Ask Yourself THI_ on Twitter, and on Instagram, it is Ask Yourself This _. And as we've already mentioned, you look in the comments for this video. If you want to put it down and be really, really sharp with it, we have the hardbound version. Check this out. Isn't that beautiful? And we have a spiral bound version. You can see links to grab one of these in your notes or in the comment section of this video, or you can just buy whatever spiral bound or notebook you want to. A beautiful notebook. The reason why we push a nice looking book is because you can put it on your shelf. You can return to it every so often. When your kids get a bit older, you can hand it to them so they can see what went on in your life and your thoughts, and they can kind of understand you when they're older and can understand, or maybe even when you're gone. That's something that would be awesome to have to share with legacy. I have plenty of journals from well back before the times when my first son, who was acquired in the marriage, in the business deal, well before he was acquired at the age of 8, and my now 23, and my now youngest, who is 6, was even really planned out. So they'll have plenty to go through to learn and probably laugh at Dad long after I'm no longer here to teach them what I'm trying to teach them. So you can do that as well. The big thing we need to do is just keep on keeping on. Keep on sticking with us. Keep on living with us in this project. And let me go ahead and show you this. It's going to take a quick second to switch off a page and go to what we are growing. Pretty soon, we're going to actually be able to provide this to you. We're going to give you a month's worth of journal pages with questions on them ahead of time. And what we're doing right now is essentially setting up for the first batches the questions that we are going to do daily. So you're basically getting the daily questions every single day. But what will become of this project is a way to work out so that you can both work on your personal development and your productivity. This right here, I should put it up on the computer for screen share later. But this half, if I'm saying my directions right, you see on the left-hand side is the revamped version of the Daily Dozens planner, which is a way to plan your day out with the activities that need to be done. And on the right-hand side is a space for jotting down your answer to the question. And the top has the quote and the question for today. This one's coming up in a couple days, so you just got a sneak peek of one coming up in a couple days. We're trying to work on a process to make sure we can get them all done in a timely manner and keep these quotes and questions fresh. So there's a little bit of insight for you right there. Thank you so much for joining me for today. Thank you for joining me for the setting. We will see, and we never really can tell exactly how well these things work out until after we've done the recording and checked back on it without all the weirdness going on. But hopefully you enjoy how we worked out things today. We have a fairly good light today, and it's daytime. Well, you never can tell in this room. This room doesn't do very well with lighting anyway, where we have it. So that is daytime. Things are working fairly well. We'll probably do a setup that looks just like this. I'll have to talk into this mic, nice mic, and it's just a setup, and we go over there. And I'll wear headphones because I'm used to hearing myself and not used to seeing flies get in my face. Apologize for that. That probably means we went a little too long. So no edits, no stuff like that. Not a big fan of jump cuts. I know. I'm sorry. So I'm a one-take guy, and one take is what we got. So we rolled, and we're done. We will do this again tomorrow. Sundays have been kind of a pain to do. So let's let you in on another insight. Because we are setting up to do the planners ahead of time, we're probably going to also set up and record these a week at a time. That's what we're probably going to do. Probably the easy way to do that. So we're still testing, still learning, still growing. Thank you so much for joining us for all that you do and all that we do. We can't do this thing without you doing it as well. So keep on sending us messages about which one of these quotes and questions are good. If you don't want to answer today, it's just like it, love it, share it, so we see the numbers there. But we need you because we need to know which ones are the better. I like to say the better because the best is always yet to come. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us for this Saturday the 14th. Sunday the 15th is tomorrow. Another great question, another great quote, more great time with you tomorrow from Ask Yourself This.